Obviously, got beat by an outstanding team, and I was watching it on tape, and I thought that of all the teams I've watched in college basketball, I know Duke has the one and done guys. Gonzaga, that's probably the best put together offensive team in college basketball, and the way everybody can pass. Everybody passes the ball, make you pay for everything. Thought we had some runs in us, and we just had a lot of defensive breakdowns. Defensive field goal percentage is ridiculously high, and in these kind of games, we got to get more players to play better. We do. I'm responsible for it. Kermit Davis had a ton of breakdowns. Didn't get much from Dom and Bruce, and if we don't get much from Dom and Bruce, most of the year we've gotten. That's all about this. The level of competition is higher, but we got one on the play, and Arkansas had both of them to play. In the last two games, really hadn't had any production. We start trying to play KJ Buffett in these games at the 5, it gets really hard for us. So hats off to Iowa State. That's a team right there can go deep in the tournament for sure.
They haven't had a stretch like this where they've lost these kind of games. I mean,
Yep.
You win 10 straight. So to be on one side of it, now the other side of it, what do you say to them as far as coming out?
Well, it's got, we've got to practice and got to get some physical things back into what we're doing. The competition is high, but we're just not guarding, like we were. I mean, we have 10 assists on 25 baskets. The ball's not moving. Brian and TD scored some points, but we're not making, other guys, TD more than Brian. Brian's got to be able to see other guys. He's got to be able to do it. And until they do, I mean, we don't see long rolls out of motion. And I thought TD went through a stretch in the second half. Just wouldn't compete. I don't know what happened. And, so we're not going to win many games if those two guys are not playing at a high level and we can't get Bruce or Don.
Was there a common thread in the breakdowns in the 1-3-1 that allowed them to get so many?
Their skill level's so high. And we had to take some chances. And so I thought we had some good possessions of it. And then they kind of started scrambling. When they started scrambling, they kind of dribble penetration. And they just don't miss many shots. Today they just shot this percentage, and like it was, they were just a lot of skill. It scared me. It scared me to play it, but I knew we had to do something to try to make them off balance. And, they're a really good offensive team.
Does it hurt when you win the turnover battle by so much, you take so many more shots than them because of the offensive rebounds, and it's still, not even close?
Yeah, I mean, they don't get 5, but there's not many offensive rebounds for them to get. They didn't miss many, and so 69 shots, way too many. That's way too many possessions for us, and that's just not running very good offense. And, so we've just kind of gotten out of character, and, to give up 87 points at home in front of that kind of crowd is really poor.
For 3 months, this team was really good about bouncing back. I mean, do you anticipate them doing the same
yeah,
thing?
We'll bounce back, but I mean, maybe in that 10-game winning streak sometimes we bounce back against Arkansas, like Arkansas's team. But that team right there I'm telling you, anybody in college basketball, they beat. They sure get beat, but that's a high-level team. And so we gotta have a short memory. We gotta have good practices. We gotta get our team back together and really, really play. And we haven't been very good this week for sure.
You've talked about being frustrated sometimes about having to coach effort. It looked like you were having to coach some effort tonight. How much did that kind of just bother you to see that?
Well, it kills my soul, but it's just some of those things. I mean, I'm not the only guy doing it. A lot of coaches in college basketball are doing it. I just know with our team guys, where we are and just kind of how many guys that we have in this league, if we're not in a premium maximum effort, we got no chance. I mean, no chance. And so, when that's not at the maximum effort against this high-level team, it's just, we're not going to win any games. And so that's just something why we've got to fight it to a maximum effort more than anybody.
Early in the game, you were having to swap between Bruce and Dom a lot. What is it you want to see this week in practice leading up to the Florida game that May?
One of them just got to rebound the ball and be able to guard, and just score the ball around the goal. And Dom's been our most, consistent. He had 5 rebounds, 6 points in 25 minutes, and Bruce just couldn't get back defensively. We couldn't get him to run back. He just wouldn't run. And I didn't know what to do. I mean, what did he do? He just take him out. And then I ran out of timeouts. So I didn't want to use my 3rd timeout in the first half, but I thought if I left him in, the game may go to 15. I mean, he just got so tired he wouldn't move. And so, he's got extreme talent, great talent. But so, we'll just keep fighting it and keep trying to work with it. And, you know, just base it off practice Monday and Tuesday.